Ladies and gentlemen, the season 2 premiere of Life's a Beach will not be seen tonight.
Yeah, we're here. Alright. We're ready? Alright. Garage door. Time to make us just sit out here and wait.
What up, balls?
Ready for a shoot?
Over here.
Of course. You got any more? That's hot. I'm gonna call him. That's one.
Yeah, be right back.
Alright. Your tag's hanging on your shirt.
Okay. Beer? Cold beer?
Well, thank you. At least this one's cold. How was your day?
Busy?
Yeah.
All work, no play?
Ready to get this first episode shot?
Just get on.
Alright.
Just excited to design them?
Yeah. Feel his nipples.
What about you, Dave?
Hey. Oh, hang on this. That's right. Hello? What do you mean we're canceled? We're a nothing show on YouTube. We can't get canceled. Yeah, haha. Yeah, happy April Fool's Day to you too. Yeah. Alright. Alright, see ya. Josh trying to play an April Fool's joke on me. Yeah. I was like, what?
Big cancel.
Won't be surprised.
Yeah.
So what's this episode about?
I don't know.
Well,
You better find out.
Larry!
What's up?
How's it going?
Good, you
Finally made it?
finally. Get this done.
What ball?
I'm ready to get it done.
Oh, dude.
Been a while, so. Since last summer, anyways.
Put in a lot of hours.
I had like a new setup. New screen and everything.
Big budget.
Yeah. Oh, call me again. Hello? I'm not falling for anything else. I know it's April Fool's. I know. What? Slow down. I barely even understand you. What do you? Hello? What the hell was that? That was cryptic. I'm not even sure who it was. I think it was Nilsson. He said there's some lunatic running the streets or something, like a killer or something.
You on a light with a light on it?
I don't know what that was all about. Another April Fool's thing, I guess. Members of New York's social elite are paying thousands of dollars just to experience getting hilariously gangbanged by the Blue Man Group.
I got this.
Alright. As far as agree. This month's Cosmo, spice up your sex life by bringing blank into the bedroom.
This month's Cosmo, spice up your sex life, bringing me into your bedroom. Oh, I said, it says into the bedroom.
Yeah.
I said, into
I was just thinking quietly to myself about bringing you into my bedroom. To spice up my sex life.
to take it from 1 to 2.
Can I hear something?
What was it?
Oh, something outside.
Why don't you check that out?
What is it?
I thought I heard something. Might be in my imagination.
You! Oh shit!
Shit! What the fuck was that? Who the hell is that?
What the hell?
What the fuck is going on there? I don't know. There's some fucking guy.
See nobody.
I don't know. He was at the window and then he was beating on the door.
Back
I
door
heard it, right?
open.
Fuck, he's inside. Oh, 911 or something. Shit, my fucking phone's dead.
Mine's in the house.
I left mine at home.
I ain't got mine.
Well, we're...
Really, of all times, not to have a cell phone.
Is that door locked from the outside?
I'm not sure. No, it's from the inside.
It's in the house. We can't... We're stuck in here. Wait. Let's all get naked. Nobody wants to kill a naked dude. Or 4 naked dudes. I was kind of kidding, really, but if it comes to that, get naked and get in a fetal position. I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know. There's something in there. Sit down and do a show until he kills us? No, we plan on doing it tonight. Nobody's going to see it unless it's one of them found footage things like Blair Witch.
Sounds like a good way to end the night.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's too many PLBs done already.
Well, at least we won't have to see it. We're about to die, I guess.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Well, Dr. Becker?
I think he's fixing to come through the door. Well, I guess we're about to get killed. Have a beer now.
What's the best way to go out?
I guess the best way to go out would be Happy April Fools! Aww. Welcome to Life's the Beach Season 2. Life's a Beach is filmed in front of an imaginary studio audience. I don't know if we fooled you or not. I think we fooled ourselves. Larry pooped a little bit in the scene where he got scared.
Just a little bit.
That was good, Mars.
Not too bad.
Smelled like jelly beans.
Canned dog food.
So, that was our April Fool's joke. I don't know if it was worth a damn, but it was the best we could come up with. Something to do.
We had to spoil them while we did it.
Yeah, we had fun. Just being, shooting something other than a show again. So, the topic, we've all seen Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. I guess first, go around the table. If you haven't been watching or if you have and forgot who we are. And since we have someone new on the show with us, I'm Ryan Beach.
Larry Murray.
Donald Bramer.
Matt Vincent.
And we're going to, like I said, we're going to talk about Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. We all watched that over the weekend. And we did, Donald and I did a podcast, what was it, Friday. And we talked about preparing to go see it and what our expectations were, what we wanted to see, and things like that. So now that we have seen it, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, go watch it before you keep going. So I enjoyed it.
Or if you don't want to go see the movie, just watch this and you get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Cliff notes.
Download it or something. You can find it online, I'm sure. So, Larry, what'd you think?
Pretty good. Not so much for the first half of the movie. Was a slow go to me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I fell asleep, so.
But after that first half, when it started getting good, it had me.
Mm-hmm.
But they should have kept Jimmy Kimball.
The
should have kept him.
The Kimmel scene.
Yep.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, Donald missed the first half of it. He was asleep. Me and Matt's just both like, and I look over and Donald's just like literally almost on the other dude's shoulder.
Yeah.
The guy beside us was just kind of
like some random guy.
like Donald's just over on his shoulder, drooling a little.
Ryan's
snoring.
like, really?
I didn't just like try to wake him up. I'd kind of.
And the bad part is he didn't come in till the movie was starting, so.
Yeah, he like made it right when like Batman and Superman started fighting, so he's like, oh, here we go.
And I'm back.
That's when it started getting good.
Yeah.
But what I didn't get or didn't like about it, the fight scene, it was all Superman versus Batman. They didn't fight as long as what you thought they would fight.
Yeah. They
fought maybe a couple of minutes.
I think it was actually a shorter fight than Freddy versus Jason. It's kind of like just what Superman's doing going on over here, what Batman's got going over here. And like Superman wants to stop Batman, Batman wants to stop Superman. Wonder Woman's just like
I'm not even here right now.
yeah. She's just like
Whatever.
and you got Lex just. You know.
I did not like his character.
You didn't like Lex?
No, I did not.
I actually thought he did a really great job in portraying the crazy Lex. I
thought he was a little more eccentric. I thought he kind of brought a side of Lex we haven't seen in other live action movies, but I guess he could have been taller.
He
a little small.
He kind of reminded me of the Riddler.
Yeah.
But
he looked like Jim Carrey in Batman Forever.
Yeah.
With the red hair and the. Yeah.
He wouldn't. Now, if he would have played the role like the guy on Smallville Lex,
He would have made a good Riddler. Now that I think about that. Yeah.
now if they used the same guy or the same character as the Smallville Lex,
Michael Rosenbaum.
that would have been a better fit.
Yeah, that's what I said. I like Mike. I would have went with like Michael Rosenbaum or Kevin Spacey from Superman Returns because he was awesome. I mean, Hugh Jackman. Shit, I just forgot his name all of a sudden.
Plus Luther, they made Luther a young guy.
Gene Hackman. That's what I was trying to think of. He's a little old for Luther now, but
See, Luther was like a young adult.
It was just kind of odd since
Hey,
like older
Luther-
Superman and Batman and a young Lex Luthor.
yeah, like
Luther's supposed to be older than
Superman.
yeah.
And Superman, it's weird because they've kind of crossed a couple of different stories. You've got, the beginnings of Superman, but you've got Batman 20 years later. Like, I mean, Robin's already been killed by the Joker, the second Robin, Jason Todd. Then you've got...
While we're on that, what about the vault? Like, I mean, with the suits and everything, how did that make you feel?
In the Batcave?
Yes.
I like that. Because it was fucking... I had goosebumps, really, when he's just sitting there and just...
Because I was literally sitting beside you and I watched you get excited. So.
He was staring at the bat suit. He's staring at the bat suit and he turns and you see the Robin suit, and it says, spray painted on there in green, haha, joke's on you, Batman. And I was like, I was like, so it's already after the Killing Joke where Robin's been killed by the Joker, so that's the only reference to any Batman villains was just like that, and he tells Bruce tells Clark, I guess it's the Gotham in me.
Yeah, I thought that was
We
kind
have
of
a thing
a
against
downside
freaks
of
and
the movie, because I was
and
kind of
clowns.
hoping they were going to reveal more of the.
A little bit more of the villains or something, because I mean, all the villains should be. I mean, they should be introduced by now. Batman's. If you're thinking about the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns, you know, Batman's close to retirement, and then he gets the girl Robin, Carrie Kelly, and he's fighting like the mutants and stuff, and and then fights Superman. Green Arrow helps him out and all that. But it's I don't know. It's kind of cool how they've intertwined like different storylines in different time periods. But I was hoping to see more like Gotham villains.
You
No,
didn't
the
see-
show Gotham's done introduced like most of them in the first 2 seasons.
You didn't even. There wasn't even any villains in there except for
Luthor and Doomsday
yeah.
and Mercy Graves, which got killed way too early. I was like, how do you kill off Mercy that quick? Like she's like Lex's bodyguard. In some cases, she's mechanical. But
How'd you feel about Lois?
Lois is always. I was waiting for that nipple slip in that bathtub scene. I was just like, oh, what are we gonna say here? And Lois, Clark's just like, oh, let me get off in this bathtub, will you? I was just like, easy. You need a kryptonite condom.
That was pretty smart of Batman doing that kryptonite bullet powder.
Yeah, like a miss, and then the spear.
They didn't
Yeah,
use a spear. What sucked was when that chick threw the down spear in the water and like.
He did say he was going to make Superman bleed, and he did.
Yeah, just a little cut on his cheek. He should have just been like, I told you. But Lois is just so. When we were talking about the 10 sexiest comic book chicks, the finale of last season, I don't think either one of us had Lois Lane.
No, we didn't.
And the thing is, even if like, because I was kind of thinking, you know, the powerful ones, all this. Lois, don't get me wrong, I mean, she's a strong female character, but she's so helpless. Like she's always in fucking trouble. She throws that spear into that water or whatever, and then she's like, oh, well, they're gonna need that to kill Doomsday. So she goes down, like swims down to try to get it. She gets trapped again.
Yeah, the building collapses on
Yeah,
her.
and she's like, help me, Superman. She didn't really do that, but you know.
Superman.
And he goes down there and has to get her and get the spear, which is kryptonite. So he's like, I got it.
It almost kills himself.
And he's in mid-fight. I mean,
Yeah, it's just in the middle of the fight.
it's like,
Like,
oh, there's my girl.
I'll leave Batman and Wonder Woman to fight Doomsday. I got to go get Lois. He'd already saved her from when Lex threw her off the top of the building.
I know what it was. Wonder Woman already stepped in. He knew he needed to partake.
I got excited though when they shot back to Wonder Woman and she had Doomsday and the lasso of truth. I was like, "There's the fucking lasso!" I was like, "Yes, there it is." Wonder Woman's suit could have been a little more colorful. I mean, it wasn't like red, yellow, and blue. And that's Superman's colors. But it was just like copper toned or something. But it
played well with her skin tone.
It looked good. She looked good, regardless. Doomsday. You said you liked the way Doomsday looked.
Compared to all the other ones that, like, the Smallville, some of the cartoons,
Well, see, I think
you really can't do much with a big beast with spikes.
bones protruding out of his skin.
Other than the comic book of Superman dies, that was the better Doomsday that I've seen.
Well, see, a lot of the cartoons sort of draw him like it was in the Death of Superman series, and then Smallville, I think, had the best looking. I mean, there's only been 2 live action Doomsdays, and that was Smallville and Batman vs Superman. But I think Smallville's looked a lot better. I mean, the one in Batman vs Superman was bigger, which if it had been that size but looked like the one in Smallville, I think it would have been great, because the one in Smallville looked like the comics, like the bones coming out and everything else. But they seem to have trouble.
I think with the technology that we have today in anime, that it just wasn't up to par.
They seem to have trouble with how Doomsday was created, though. It's like in Smallville, he was like the son of General Zod and I forgot that one bitch's name. Zod's wife. I can't think of it now. But then in this one, it was like created by like the body of General Zod and then like the blood of Lex Luthor. I'm like, come on now. I mean, yeah, he's Kryptonian. But well, I don't know. It depends on which way you look at it. There's been some where it's like a whole planet of like doomsdays, and then
I mean, I thought that was kind of a cool twist at the same time. So
And I liked it whenever his hand came into like big old spikes. And
the thing is, the past two have been created somehow by Zod in Smallville and this movie, but Zod's DNA is not in Doomsday in the comics. But I was pissed off at first. I was like, the whole time watching the trailers, I thought it was Dark Side, because you see, and even in the movie, you see Batman in that dream sequence. He sees the Omega symbol, and then you always see the lasers come out of his eyes and that big blast and everything. So I thought that was the Omega beams. But instead, Donald's like, "Oh, there's Doomsday." I was like, "What? No, it's not Doomsday. It's Darkseid." And Lex is like, "This is your Doomsday." I was like, "Well, son of a bitch." I was like, he doesn't have bones and spikes coming out of him. What the hell? And then he started getting them, and I was like, "Okay, all right, we're working towards something now." But then he's like,
And just for the record, during the movie, he actually said, "What the hell?" He doesn't have spikes coming out of it. And then he looks at me and he says it again. And then I'm pretty sure he looked at Donald and said it again. So he was actually pretty upset over that one.
He's a little butthurt.
"You ain't mess with lore for me." I'm just like, "What the hell's going on?"
the spikes came out whenever he got
Yeah, when it got nuked, then the spikes come out. But I was still irritated with the laser beams of us because Doomsday's never been able to do that. So I don't know, but all in all, I think the movie was fantastic. I said Avengers when the first Avengers came out. I said this is probably the best movie in the past 10 years or so. Batman vs Superman surpassed it, and probably anything in the last 20 or 30 years. I mean, it's no Back to the Future, but
You're talking about DC, right?
yeah.
Donald,
anything.
what'd you think about Superman?
I'm more of a Batman fan, really. I don't know. He never really impressed me as Superman. I don't know.
Superman seemed awkward to me in this movie.
He
I mean, you
should've
put
been
anybody
more-
up against Affleck, and they're just not going to compare it. But
the guy that's playing him, yeah, he's built, but he's not like buff. I mean, I think Superman should be like a buff guy or something.
speaking of buff, the scene that kind of threw me, Batman doing the chin-ups with the chain wrapped around him and the like 5,000 pound weight.
Beast mode.
And he's just like, I'm getting ready for Superman. It's
He
on.
was doing some fucking shit. I was like, Jesus.
I was just sitting there thinking, I want to be that guy.
At 43 years old, I mean, I don't know how old they had Batman in the movie, but Affleck's 43. So, and Batman was in the comics at that point was pretty aged and everything, but to still be
And
doing
for some
that.
muscles, everybody can throw out Dwayne
And Affleck
Johnson.
was like built
and
for that.
Anybody can throw out Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne Johnson. You see that all over social media and all that kind of stuff. But Affleck, that man beefed up.
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is playing Black Adam
That's
in
right.
the Shazam movie, so that should be interesting. I was like, okay, that looks like he would be a good Black Adam. I think of the comics and the cartoons, like he has that look, especially the eyebrows,
Yeah.
because Black Adam always had like the, he had like crazy eyebrows and shit, and just be like, what about Wonder Woman? I was worried she wasn't gonna be built big enough for Wonder Woman, but when you look like that, who cares?
I mean, my opinion, if she had been any more muscular, it probably would have been too manly.
Yeah.
I say it's weird because Wonder Woman's actually a little bit taller than Superman, but Gal Gadot's kind of short. I mean, she might be taller than Lex Luthor, but
Who isn't taller than Lex in that movie?
I don't know. Whenever she walks out and actual suited up, what was the last thing on your mind?
post-coital cigarette and sleep. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. She looked pretty nice in the leather outfit too.
But I have to say, Ben Affleck's Batman. My apologies to Michael Keaton. He's been surpassed. I mean, don't get me wrong. Michael Keaton's still like one of the greatest Batmans, and still the greatest Batmobile and Batwing.
See, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. Love Batman in this one, but it was a little too Terminator-ish.
Oh, when he had the big suit on.
Yeah, when he had the big suit on with the white eyes and the voice changer and all that, that was kind of a little bit. But if I'm a human going against Superman, I'm gonna probably have the same look on everything. So I understand where they were coming from.
What got me was whenever he introduced the Batwing, I was like,
I didn't like the look of
like
Batwing.
that sounds like Star Wars. That sounds like a pod racer. It's a
Okay,
it's a
so
pod racer.
no matter Batman cartoon, Batman TV show, Batman movie, which of the 37 you want to throw out there, it's always comes down to the Batmobile. Does this Batmobile surpass all the others?
It doesn't surpass.
And its ability to be indestructible and badass. Yeah.
Up until, the end of the Batmobile.
Yeah, he goes through houses and everything else, just indestructible, and Superman just kicks it.
Just like, punt, done.
What was you gonna say?
It's better. I like it better than the Tumbler.
It's definitely better than a Tumbler. Sort of has the same almost a little bit of the same characteristics, but way better.
A Tumbler looked like a fucking tank, like a military.
It was a
fucking-
tank. It's a tank
Why?
with wheels.
But this one actually looked more aerodynamic
Yeah,
than
like the original '80s.
the '89 Batmobile. Is still my favorite one though. It's just badass, and the '66 still just a sexy car.
You can't get past 66.
Because I mean, it's got the bat phone, it's got everything in it.
It's got a popcorn machine in it.
Back before you could pack a cell phone on your side in the pocket, so.
Yeah, Batmobile had the first car phone, and everybody's like, he has a car in his phone. Reverse that. He has a car.
Where does he get those
Phone in
toys?
his. You said that to me. Batman's doing shit in the fucking new movie, and you're like, where does he get those wonderful toys? And I was like, ha! A little bit of '89 right there. I'm kind of excited to see what Batman does in his cameo in the Suicide Squad against Joker and Harley Quinn and all them.
Well, we already know that Batman jumps on top of Joker's car.
Yeah.
Pink.
And Killer Croc. I'm excited to see Killer Croc in Suicide Squad. He should be bigger. But
So
You seem to
who's
like it
playing Harley
bigger.
Quinn?
I can't think of the girl's name. She's hot though, so what's the matter?
So taking it back to the beginning of the movie, I'm a Jeep guy. So did you notice the Jeep in the beginning of the movie? I actually looked that car up after the fact.
Like a military Jeep?
Well, it kind of looked that way, right? No, it is a Jeep Renegade that they made.
Oh, the new one?
specifically- specifically for that movie.
You can buy those.
You can buy that exact one,
Yeah.
and it has Batman versus Superman on the freaking seats.
Yeah.
So
At least the one I saw online did.
what's the price tag on it?
I don't know.
More than we can afford.
Because I'm poor. And,
It's more than we can afford, but
I was just like, it's not a Wrangler. I'm a Wrangler guy, but I would still drive it.
I like to have
The
it.
Renegades ain't that bad.
But it looks pretty cool.
And the taillights look pretty cool. So
It's just black. If we could do that and then have it look like that
The
Tahoe or whatever we seen in Metropolis last
Oh
year,
yeah.
and had like the
Yeah.
Batman emblem on the grill and like the license plate and shit, that was
Yeah,
badass.
That was.
well, if you actually look it up online, on the edge of the windshield it has Batman on this side, and then on the back glass, right by the handle, it has a little Superman.
Nice. There's something else I was going to talk about. I don't know. Any more thoughts about Batman versus Superman? Anybody?
The ending.
Yeah, the flash drive with the other
Oh, where it showed Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg.
I thought they could have went a little more in depth.
Yeah, it showed a little more of Aquaman than any of the others, but
Nah, they showed Cyborg.
Showed Cyborg how he
Well,
was
not
like
Cyborg, but it showed how he was
being
his
created.
dad, or his dad.
Victor
right?
Stone's father, and like creating him, like, which I assume was probably Cadmus Labs or
We
whatever.
didn't see much of the Flash, but
The Flash, no, because he was the
it
Flash.
was,
But
it was a surveillance camera. That's
it
all
was
that
weird for me seeing him because like long hair and stuff. I was like, that doesn't look like Barry Allen. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of going based on like Grant Gustin's Barry Allen from the Flash TV series, but still, it didn't really look like the Flash to me. But we'll see where it goes from there. But so I don't know. I guess that's it for that one.
What did you feel about Superman's death?
That's what I wanted to talk about because I was glad to finally see a live. Because in Smallville, when Superman fought or when Clark fought Doomsday, he wasn't even Superman yet, and he kills Doomsday with the help of Green Arrow, Black Canary, Impulse, Watchtower, all of them. Then this one, I was like, because I was concerned, like, were they going to follow Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, where Batman beats the hell out of Superman, then Batman has a heart attack, and then, fakes his death, and he goes underground, and Superman's at his funeral, and he hears, like, underground, he still hears a heartbeat. Batman's got a new cave, like, underground, and he's starting a whole new thing. So I was like, are they going to do that? And then with Doomsday coming in, I was like, well, they better kill Superman. So I was really hoping at the end they'd have had like the funeral for a friend, but they haven't established all the other heroes yet. So.
He ain't dead yet.
Hey, he's dead, but well, I mean, he's never really dead.
No, because whenever they threw it dirt on the casket, it started levitating.
Which was
then bam, credits.
Which was what happened when he started to fly in the first movie, when he got down and rocks and shit started floating. So he's gonna come back. We know that.
Well, he'll have to because the upcoming movies.
Yeah. Justice League next year, Wonder Woman next year.
How'd you feel about the end of the movie where, the country had their funeral for him and then the family had their funeral?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, which casket's he in?
Or is he really?
Because in the comics, he was buried, in Metropolis,
Right.
or whatever, and they had the funeral for a friend, and Martha Kent was like, it sucks because I can't even have my son's funeral and this and that, and then Lois goes to see her, but Lois was in the movie, Lois was with Martha, and I guess they buried him. So I don't know what the hell they had in the casket in Metropolis. And was it weird to anybody else that it seems like Metropolis and Gotham seemed to be right across the river?
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. But
Walking
they're both supposedly supposed to be both in New York.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know where Metropolis actually is, and it's a made-up city.
You've been there.
Been to the one in Illinois.
You got an episode on that one.
Yeah, but it's like the
in the movie.
oh, and in the comics and stuff, I don't think it ever really says where it's at. It's just a made-up town. But then in the original Superman movies, it seemed to be New York because it had the Statue of Liberty and everything.
And Niagara Falls.
Yeah, so like Metropolis was
Could be
basically New
Canada.
York. And then Smallville, Metropolis was in Kansas, like 6 hours away from Smallville. And then in this one, it just seems to be right across the river from Gotham. So like, I'm assuming there's Gotham Harbor, and then there's Metropolis over here. I don't know. It's like,
What about the bat signal?
I like it. It looked good. Because it was, in the other movies, it's like real bright and clear, which wouldn't actually look like that going into clouds. And they kind of did a decent job in the Dark Knight trilogy, but you couldn't tell it was a damn bat. But the way they did it in this one, I thought looked pretty good because it was believable the way it would shine in the sky and be kind of cloudy and messed up, but you could see the bat symbol. In Dark Knight trilogy, it just looked like a blotch of something in the sky. I'm like, I don't know what that light is.
I was sitting here trying to think during the movie, because I like the old school Batmans more than most of the newer stuff for some reason, but that's just my personal preference. But I felt like there should have been more of a role for like Commissioner Gordon or something.
Yeah, they didn't even have
Because,
Commissioner Gordon
he
in it.
wasn't even in the movie. And
Yeah.
to me, that's one of the main roles to me.
Yeah.
I figured he'll be. He's normally the one that turns on the
Yeah.
light.
Mm-hmm.
I kept waiting for him to pop out and then Lex kill him or something. And
I figured he would have been in the movie, but he wasn't. I don't know. It was.
and for some reason, I was kind of hoping that he'd be like bad A character, like I don't know, one of our main action stars of today,
Mm-hmm.
whoever that might be.
I halfway wondered, like, was it because, Gotham is in season 2 now. Maybe they didn't want to, confuse the audience with like a new Jim Gordon or a new Catwoman or any of those other characters. But at the same time, you just introduced a new Flash
Right.
when there's already a Flash on TV. So I don't know. It's
Plus, when it comes to movies, they never care about introducing new to.
mm-hmm. But
All right, fellas, I've got to get in. I got to get back.
Oh,
I'm always on the clock. So.
oh yeah. This whole time, it didn't record. Y'all have to do this shit over again. Yeah. Me
Seriously.
push start? Or push, do you want me to push record? Alright, April Fools. Here, I got to go.
I was sitting there waiting for it.
I know it's about to happen.
Oh, you broke
Alright.
the mic.
I didn't break
You're
it.
fired.
All right, that's the end of the show. Thanks for watching. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
I had to get that in.
See you next time. Life's a beach.